Yo guys, what's going on? It's Duel Unlocked here. So we just got the brand new Forbidden Limited list, so I thought it's the perfect time to do a brand new tier list based on where I think all the decks are going to rank. So first off, we're going to go and start off from left to right here. First off, we got Scrap Recycler, unhit from Limited 3, so Orcus can now run this. I think Orcus is a pretty strong deck, and the unhit should actually do pretty well for it. I would consider it to be a high rogue deck. There's so many different variants of Orcus, so I think the more that people try it, we'll definitely see some decks do pretty well with it. Now we have the Wind Witch. Wind Witch got buffed to where they no longer need to shuffle the card back into the deck to use the effect or to use the skill. So I think high rogue is another good option for that. Then we have the Unlimit of True Draco Apocalypse. So if this card is from the field of the grave, target one off to destroy it. True Dracos also are gonna be pretty decent already. Now, not having to have their limit 3 taken up, they can run more. They can run limit 3 traps, which is a little bit scary. Like this deck could actually be pretty decent. I think it is. Power 6 Stone's a pretty crazy card in itself. Yeah, there we go. I think this might be another deck to look out for potentially. So I would put it into high rogue as well. Same with rockets. Rockets are, rockets are still fine. Like, I don't think they're tiered or anything. But they're still like a pretty good solid deck. You can see here that they're doing alright. Nothing too crazy. Now we get into Predaplants. Predaplants is probably the main beneficiary of all the ban lists because Heroes got hit pretty hard. Or not pretty hard, but like they got hit pretty decently. Salamangreats got hit. So I think Predaplants go back to being a tier 2 deck. Cyber Dragons got the unhit of Cyberload Fusion, so now they can run Cyberload Fusion. Cyber Dragons can put up a pretty good turn 1 board. I wouldn't be shocked if... I probably would put this up like that, and then this down like that, yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if Cyber Dragons actually do perform pretty well. Infinity, of course, they still have to worry about the Super Poly, but they can set up a pretty decent turn. Now that they have Cyberload Fusion Unlimited, I think they'll be a deck to look out for this meta. Lyrisk is, I think, still definitely a tier list worthy deck, in my opinion. Like, the deck is pretty insane. It can OTK you out of nowhere. The only thing is they are a little less consistent after they did get hit on the last ban list. So they are still pretty good. Bird Strike is another insane card. So yeah, the deck is still good. Still tier list worthy. Still going to be topping lots of tournaments. Like if we take a look here and just take a look and see how, like you can see like a lot of top 100 globals. So the deck is still right there. Now I'm going to get into the floor Infernal. I guess this is floor... Oh yeah, floor Necros, floor Infernal, floor... There's just a lot of floor decks. I think most of them are gonna be probably right around... I would put them like right here. Maybe even above Cyber Dragons. Like I think floor is right on the verge of being tiered. So I think floor Infernal, floor... I don't really know about like pure Necros, but like all the other floor variants are like right around there. We're gonna go up to Sky Strikers. I think Sky Strikers are another deck that's gonna go to the high rogue category. I'd probably put it here. I think they're not too crazy in the meta right now, I want to say. I don't think anyone topped with the deck. I mean, okay, they topped with like the Sky Striker engine, but if we're talking pure Sky Strikers, then I don't really know about that one. Because I know Crystal Beast performed with the Sky Striker engine because of the being able to summon a monster in the EMC that just shuffles everything back and make it unaffected by every other card. And yeah, see, Crystal Beast no one's really doing much with the pure Sky Striker list, so there you go. Speaking of Crystal Beast, I think that is another tier 3 deck, in my opinion. I think the deck is crazy. Like I just said, they have the Sky Striker engine that can make it unaffected. If they go turn 1, you don't have like anything to stop, like any hand traps to stop it or anything. Good luck. Now we have the Shaddoll. Shaddoll's got a little bit of a buff for Shaddoll Invoked. So I'm gonna put Shaddoll Invoked here, because Invoked, Mechaba got unhit. I don't know about, I guess like Invoked Floor is also like probably there as well. But you can see Mechaba is unhit from the 1, it is now able to be played in Shaddolls. I mean, you can play in Shaddolls before, but now you can run another limit 1 alongside it, so you can run like a Super Poly or Terraforming to search it. So I think tier 3 for Shaddoll Invoked. Pure Shaddolls, I'll put in High Rogue. Heroes, I think they're going to stay a tier 1 deck. They did lose a pretty decent amount of consistency with Stratos to 3 and Liquid to 3. It is a pretty sizable hit. Not as sizable as most people would like, but I think they're gonna have to run either fewer. They're gonna have to run fewer card count now to open up the Stratos and Liquid. And if they once they deal with the Liquid, they don't have that anymore. So the draw power did get hit. Raid Raptor, I'll put it into High Rogue as well. Deck's still doing decently well in tournaments, surprisingly. So I can't put it below anything like that. Trains, we got the new train skill. I think it's okay. I don't know if I would put it above like ladder status right now. They got second place in a recent tournament in the Sky Striker Cup, but they always want to destroy cards. Salaman Grades have Phalanx to protect, and then Heroes have Super Poly as well. I think it's still not quite the meta for them, so I'm gonna put them onto ladder status. So I'd probably put this here, and then like that there, maybe you here. Now we go to Geminis. I do think Geminis is actually another potential tier 3 deck. The deck has actually performed pretty well. It already got top 100s, like 8 top 100s in the KC Cup. And now it's just, it got a buff with a new card. And I think, I just got top 4 with it, by the way, in a tournament as well. So, like, the deck is definitely tier list worthy, in my opinion. Oh, I guess I didn't, like, Shaddoll's Winda's a crazy card. Still is going to struggle versus Heroes, but if it goes first versus Salamangrates and they don't open like Droplet or anything, and it does lose to Dweller, so that's another thing as well. So that's that. Necros. I mean it's fine. Unicorn is new limit 3. You can see there's some people that are already cogging with it. The new skill. We'll put it up to High Rogue for now. We'll see if... I don't think it's been doing the best in tournaments, so I could see it falling down to the ladder deck status for it. But we'll see, we'll see. I think Sharks actually have a pretty good case to be getting a little bit of a buff here into the High Rogue status as well. The reason why I have Sharks here is because the Heroes lost consistency, Salamangrates also. So I think that seems fair in my opinion. Dweller is still a crazy card versus Salads. They can make it pretty easily. They don't have the Super Poly target, and with the top 2 decks getting nerfed, they are going to be a little bit of a beneficiary there. So now we have Dragon Maids. I think Dragon Maids are probably another High Rogue deck. Not quite going to be up to the tier list, unfortunately, but still doing alright. And then for Tri-Brigade, and I think Tri-Brigade Birds I would put below Pure Birds. I think Pure Birds are just the better way to play it. Star Serfs go into High Rogue as well. You see there's a lot of High Rogue decks, but I think that's like fair. Once again, I'm probably just putting these below these decks. I want to, maybe I put the True Dracos down to the ladder. I do think this deck has potential though, to be honest. But we'll see, we'll see. Ghost Strix, definitely still a high rogue deck. Already did Sharks. Balin Boxers. Balin Boxers are going to be another tier 3 deck in my opinion. There's like a lot of decks in the meta, guys, which I think is a good thing. But the thing with Balin Boxers is I think they can move up on the tier list considering one thing, and that is we got some leaks here. The leaks have cross counter, and I believe if they get this card, they definitely could go up from, depending on what limit this cross counter comes out, it could go up higher. So this is invoked. Let's just say this invoked floor as well goes to high rogue. Mech Knights? I have no idea what Mech Knights are gonna do. I think it's still too bricky. I think it's still gonna be like a ladder deck, in my opinion. And of course, somehow I forgot to put salads on here. I wish that's what Konami did with the Banlist chat. No, I'm kidding. So let me just go and get this real quick. And we're gonna go ahead and add salads. So I think the best deck in the format is gonna be Salamandrids. I think the foul hit was not strong enough for it. I think the main thing is they're going to be able to run cross wipe to deal with all the back row now, as well as potentially MST. They can still do insane things. I think they're going to perform the best in tournaments. I think heroes could fall to tier 2 depending on how they compete with the Salamandrids, but there's still a chance they still stay tier 1, because I think a lot more people are going to play the deck, so they probably still get pretty decent tournament results. Predaplants, then we have Balin Boxers, Lyralists, Crystal Beasts, should all invoked, and Gemini on the tier 3 status. I think the deck's the closest. These are the closest decks, I think, to the tier list, potentially. And then you have the other decks, which I think you could cog with any of these decks, to be fair. So it just a different amount of wins. So let me know what you guys think of this tier list. Let me know what you would change. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.